As a country, I think strengthening our indigenous private sector to lead growth is something we must do.
And we need a domestic bank or an African bank, but we want Uganda to lead because this is what those that are already on board are saying. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda should be the main flag bearer of this African bank.
The chairperson of the National Planning Authority, Professor Pamela Mbabas, aligns with the sentiments expressed by the head of the State House Investors Protection Unit, emphasizing the opportune moment for East Africa and the continent as a whole to conceptualize and implement the establishment of our own indigenous bank.
Some of us are not very familiar with this concept, but we're willing to unlearn and learn and see how we really solve this issue of mobilizing indigenous Ugandan sort of patient capital that can fund us. But also the other component the private sector presents is to formulate an African investment bank. For a very long time, as the African continent, as African countries, we've relied on foreign capital. This is a momentous time to start a discussion, a conversation to see, as Africa, as Uganda, as East Africa, how do we begin working together to mobilize this money required to enable us establish an African investment bank.
Professor Mbabas asserts that creating an indigenous bank with favorable interest rates will revolutionize the financial landscape, mitigating the high interest rates typically incurred by African countries when borrowing from foreign entities.
It is our duty as government to strengthen local private sector to lead growth, and Travaco is coming round as one of these indigenous private sector to try and mobilize us to really develop our financial value chain. NPA did a study to understand the challenges of high capital in this country, and one of the challenges we identified was really relying on foreign capital. We need to find a solution, a model that can help Ugandans save for investment.
I've spent over 25 years working in 4 financial centers, and in all these areas I've worked in Asia, Europe, North America, and now Africa. So the experience we are bringing is very, very valuable. But I have to say this, there is also still a lot of learning on our side. Nothing is perfect, but this is a new direction that Asia has used, UAE has used, so many countries have used the creation of indigenous patient capital to create new prosperity.
So the combination of asset management and in situ minerals can allow us to finance our projects beyond debt and equity, beyond budgetary constraints. So we are not poor. The value we have in the ground and the knowledge we can mobilize can allow us to finance a lot of our projects, but we need a new approach. And this is how Malaysia jumped out of the terrible problem we are in.
Crispus Arinitwe, UBC News.